Welcome back to Sound 101. I'm Andrew from Deity Microphones, and today's episode, we've got a guest with us. Ben is in the house. Ben, you've been working on a lot of reality shows, but let's tell them a little bit about some of the other productions you've worked on recently.
So most recently, I've been working with 495 Productions. We've been doing a lot of the Jersey Shore and Jersey Shore affiliate shows. I also did a documentary about the Sparks brothers with Edgar Wright.
You can go see his movie. So Ben, you were just coming back from a reality show that had you out for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And in that, you created a kind of survival bag that you were using day to day to keep yourself organized. Yeah. And today, we're gonna be showing you what Ben put together to survive long-term shoots that are run and gun and nowhere near a base camp. So let's get started. So the number one biggest item that you made sure you always had in your backpack was what?
My tackle box.
Your tackle box.
100%.
Let me grab your tackle box. I've got mine, and then you have ones that are significantly smaller.
Absolutely. Mine are made so that they can fit in my pocket comfortably or in my bag. This is actually a newer one that I've gotten recently. The reason I love it is because this little latch right here actually helps to keep it folded in half so it takes up even less space.
So everything in here is a one-day supply for what you need.
Absolutely. In here, the most important thing that I have is plenty of pre-cut moleskin.
So pre-cut because you're not carrying scissors with you. You prep it all the night before and you're good to go.
Exactly.
What else we got in here? We got moleskin. I'm seeing concealers, little lav concealers.
Oh yeah.
Hair clips, different size hair clips. I think that's kind of important. Safety pins, little foamies. You can add it kind of into the collar of shirts, kind of absorb. Yeah.
I also have these because I lose these all the time.
All the time. Or they get stolen from you because they are coveted.
Exactly.
The 1/4 to 1/8 TRS adapter.
And then also, my recent personal favorite, these overcovers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They really help with fabric noise. So I have a collection of those in a few different colors.
And then you've got your top stick and your right coat stickies. 2 different kind of items. Links down in the description below for everything. We're gonna keep you guys up to date on what we're talking about today. And you keep both, again, pre-cut for both, so it all fits. 1-day supply, good to go. Yeah, clearly, mine is not gonna be very portable.
No, this would be great for a cart though.
What is the next item on your list that you absolutely had to have?
Well, batteries are always a necessity on set.
Let me grab your battery organizers.
Yes, please. The most important part about my battery organizers is that they keep my batteries in one place without letting them rattle all over the place.
So you're not just tossing loose batteries into your backpack.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
For many reasons. I mean, I've seen batteries make contact and start fires. I've seen
yeah. You short out a 9-volt. You're talking serious heat. It doesn't sound like a lot of voltage, 9 volts, but when you're shorting them out, you're dumping 100% of your amperage at all times, 100% out the door, out that wire. And if it's a thin wire, catches right up, right?
Exactly. This is enough to even short your bag, which could, screw you on a shoot.
Now there's a tip to this. If you keep the contact positive pins on the down side, so as you insert it, you put the positive pin down, that means you're not going to short out because nothing can get in contact with it. Those are covered. It's the negative side that is not covered. So that's the safe side. If it is a dead battery, you can flip it around, pop it back in so it's not rattling around in your bag, and you're good to go.
That's especially great for rechargeables.
Rechargeables, oh, fantastic idea. Now you've got a special case here. This one's not like this. This one's 9 volts. What makes this particular case special for you?
So I wanted to go with the same ones as these guys here, but the problem was they make caddies for regular 9-volt batteries.
Talking about alkaline, right?
Yeah, they actually have rounded edges on them, but we use mostly lithium out on the field, and lithium have more of a square
body. Yeah, and that's not gonna fit.
Exactly, and that was a problem for me. So I went out and I found this case, which actually serves dual purposes. Not only do we have more of a square hole in there so that these actually fit perfectly, but also because the contacts are covered, especially on the 9 volts where the contacts are on the same side. It makes it much safer in my bag as well.
Yeah, this can roll around your bag. It's not going to create any other kind of shorts.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got batteries, we've got tackle boxes. What's the next item that was like a must-have on your shoots?
This one was the one that I learned about in the past year, and I love it. I call this a life hack. It's my cable cuff.
Your cable cuff. Let me get your cable cuff. I've never heard of this. Okay, so how are you using this?
So I'm gonna go ahead and open this guy up, and I'm gonna clamp him right to this D-ring right here on my chest.
Okay.
It's gonna be the one above my bag clamp, so that
I've got 2 D-rings here, and then you go up here.
Exactly. I don't want to hinder my bag clamp, so I'm gonna stick them right up here, right by my chin. I'm gonna silently close that up right there. And then what this does is, on a reality shoot or anything that I'm running gun on, I have to take my boom pole everywhere, right? Something may happen, a mic may die, and I need to throw this up quickly. But that burns one of my hands, so it makes it more difficult to mix or do anything. So with this guy, I now have a place I can hang this right up, and now my hands are free.
Yeah, and I mean, that's fantastic. Your bag is not hindered. You just slide that in. It keeps it nice and tight to the body. You can still walk around.
Yeah, I can dance.
You could think you're dancing.
Then I can unclip like that, quietly again, put them together, and now I'm booming. Oh yeah.
So what else with your boom pole was a must-have item for you on this show?
Well, I know I'm going to use boom poles. I know I'm probably going to be shooting interviews, so it's really important for me to have a boom buddy.
A boom buddy. Let me grab your boom buddy. We've got it up here on the wall. And I've got 2 different kinds. One is the proper boom buddy. And then what is this guy?
So unofficially, this is my boom pole holder. And the reason I say unofficially is because technically with threads, this makes it a fishing pole holder.
But this mechanism, roughly the same, but it's very different in style than this big one.
Yeah, I can see that that the yoke is actually narrower, so that makes it a little bit tighter, especially for thicker boom poles. It'll be more difficult to use this one.
Yeah, if you've got a professional boom pole, you should really look at the boom mate. Now you're putting your knuckle on the right-hand side.
Yes.
That's to make sure that it always falls into and locks position. That means if for whatever reason this gets a little bit loose, as you push down on the side that has your weight suspended out here, this is going to lock that knuckle even more and prevent it from falling all the way.
And the way I'm going to stick this in is I'll just stick this right here, and now, just like you said, the weight side is on the side that's going to tighten the knuckle even more.
Now, you said for the big one, remember, this one also puts less stress on your pole. By putting this right here and this right here within about 3 inches of each other on a pole, this is going to create a stress point, right? So what is this going to handle all that?
So the reason I have this in my kit is because it's just a nice little backup for me, but really I want to use something more heavy duty like this that displaces the pressure points a little bit more, so that it's more evenly dispersed and I'm not putting pressure on one part of my pole. Because if for whatever reason a lot of stress happens on this end of my pole, it could dent it, bend it, and then it's out of commission.
What is one thing that we should be looking at next in our bag that we always need to make sure we have with us?
I always carry spares, as I mentioned earlier, and so for me, very importantly, spare cables.
Spare cables. Let me grab your spare cables. As you close all that up, here is his spare cables. Now these are the actual bags that you do carry.
Yes.
Again, I think it needs to be stressed. You've bagged all this up. You're bagging up kind of your batteries here, keeping them up in the boxes. Your expendables also in these tackle boxes.
Yep.
You're not throwing anything loose into that backpack.
No. Organization is a must, especially when you're on the fly and you need something instantly. I need to be able to identify it and grab it quickly.
Okay, so you say organization. I'm guessing what's in here is not the same kind of cables that's in here.
Exactly. So I have my categories here. I know that these are going to be my power cables.
Okay.
And I'll actually go ahead and open up and show you.
Okay.
So some spare BDS cables right there for power.
Yep.
I've got some spare signal cable right there.
Okay.
And then this monster right here is my time code kit.
Now I notice it is much larger. You've got time code boxes in there. You've got all your time code cables. Is it because you don't know what kind of cameras you may have for the day of?
Exactly. One of the big problems that we face is that every single camera maker uses different connectors. Sometimes within the same maker, the different levels of camera have different connectors for time code as well.
So you've got to have much more accommodations ready to go with this than these two. And again, this is just 3 or 4 different BDS cables for its power, because once something dies in your bag, you swap out the one cable. Later that night, you'll handle it back when you're at base camp, back at your office.
Exactly.
And then you keep multiples of these cables also.
Yes, I keep multiples of all of my cables because, as the saying goes, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So something's going to break.
Absolutely, I love it. We've got a mess now going on this table, but when we close it all back up, it fits in our backpack. What is the last little couple of items that you make sure you always have on your film set?
Most importantly, we are getting up there in age, Andrew, and it gets a little bit harder to digest some things.
I'm already on top of it. I carry one with me because I think it should be stressed, right? We joke about this up in age business, but as a reality shoot, you are not at a base camp, you're not at an office, you don't have a regular routine, which means you are at the whim of wherever you're shooting for the day, of whatever food is closest. Whatever you have access to is what you're eating. And that can kind of mess with you.
And not just on reality. During my Edgar Wright shoot, we were going all over Los Angeles because the Sparks is a Los Angeles band. So we were going to location, and we didn't exactly know what we were gonna eat sometimes. So sometimes it would be a surprise.
Right, and the last thing you want to do is be the reason for a delay.
Exactly.
So we're carrying stomach relief, but at the same time, ibuprofen, cough drops.
Cough drops are a big one for me. Any kind of cough suppressant, you want to keep that room quiet. I used to work in a theater where if somebody coughed in the audience during a recording, the usher would come down and actually offer them a cough drop. If they coughed again, they were politely asked to leave.
Wow, that's a very strict theater.
Yeah.
That's why I go to AMC. You can do anything you want. What is the very last thing that often gets overlooked on a shoot?
Well, especially with these reality shoots, we're with teams, we're with big teams, so we need to be able to communicate with each other, so comms.
Okay, so let me grab your thing that you carry for comms, and that is this little baggie, what looks like, what, ear tips?
Yeah, let me talk about these real quick. So we get walkie-talkies in the field, and often we use surveillance earpieces for that, so that, you know, we're not broadcasting sound all over the place where we're recording sound, right?
Okay.
They come with these little rubber guys. These guys usually have a gummy that goes in your ear and blocks your ear canal, and now I'm only able to monitor out of one ear. The old saying goes, which ear do you want me not to listen with? So this has been a miracle for us out there on set.
This is like an open back design that allows sound to travel through as well as your comm.
Exactly. You can see there's a little sound canal right here that shoots the sound right down my ear canal. And then this big open D-ring right here lets me hear everything in my headphones without obstruction.
But it still like kind of locks into the ear.
Yeah, exactly.
And you keep multiples because the last thing you want to do is like share, right? Like earwax is gross. So like if you've ever shared like AirPods with people, don't. Same thing. Whole crew should have one per person. And you've got spares in different sizes.
Yes. I like to give a little support, just, you know, give them that, make sure that everybody can hear, because, you know, not everybody's always as prepared as they should be, even myself.
Awesome. I think we learned a lot today. The things that you can keep in a backpack on the run can allow you kind of a lot of creature comforts without taking up a lot of those kinds of spaces. You don't lose out on a lot because if you think about it in 1 day increments, you can carry a lot of 1 day items. So I want to thank Ben for being here. You guys go check out the Sparks Brothers, the documentary that Ben worked on with Edgar Wright. So yeah, go check it out on Amazon Prime. I want to wrap it all up and thank you guys for being here. If you've got any questions about audio or any interest in what you guys carry, drop it all down in that comment section below and share some good tips with each other. If this is the kind of content that you are interested in, hit that subscribe button and of course hit that like if you liked this video. It really helps us out. I'm Andrew from Deity Microphones. Thank you for watching.